Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, Professor and Doctor. So today I'm presenting my study titled The Recent Living Costs and Job Insecurity Among Young People, a kind of analysis of the media representation. So this presentation is based on my final writing report, which examines how the media representation economic challenges faced by the young people today. So this is my uh, final presentation outline. So next we move into the introduction and background. So in recent years, the recent living cost has become a major psycho-economic issues. So increasing in the housing, food, and transportation costs have placed a significant pressure on individuals, especially the young people at the early stage of their careers. So at the same time, the job insecurity has become more common due to the economic uncertainty and the increasing in temporary and what do we call the freelance work. So these conditions make it difficult for young people to achieve the economic stable. So the media plays a very important role in shaping how the issues are understood for the public, which is makes the media representation an important area of the study. So next, moving to the problem statement. So according to the recent living costs and job insecurity are widely discussed, the media coverage of the study are not neutral. So the way the media presents the economic challenges can influence the public attitudes towards the young people and how the responsibility is assigned. So the most existing studies focus on the economic indicators rather than the media representations. So this is limited. The research examining how the media portrays the young people when reporting these economic challenges. So this study aims to address this research gap. So next, moving to the literature review. So the previous studies suggest that the media representation plays a key role in shaping the public understanding of the social and the economic issues. So the representation theory argues that the media actively construct the meaning rather than reflecting the reality. The framing research shows that the media often emphasizes that certain explanations, such as individual responsibilities or the structural, what do we call it, the economic factors, were reporting on the economic issues. The studies focusing on the young people also indicate that the media representation only rely on the simplified or the stereotypical the narratives. However, they research specifically examine the media coverage in both really living costs and job insecurity among young people remains the limited highlights the need of a study. So after the statement and the literature review that I explained, so next moving to the research questions on objectives. So this study is guided by the four research questions for focusing on the media coverage of the recent living costs of insecurity and dominant themes and framework and overall reporting tone. The objectives are to examine the media reporting patterns, analyze the poetries of the job insecurity, identify the dominant themes and frameworks, and determine the tone of the media coverage. So next, moving to the theoretical framework. So this study is based on the representation theory and framing theory. So this representation theory explains how the media constructs and meaning through the narratives and language. So this framing theory helps to identify how the certain aspect of the economic issues are highlighted, whether the others are downplayed. So together, these theories provide a framework for analyzing the media representation. So as the right side of the slide, you can see I put a proof on the right side. Okay, next moving to the methodology. So this study adopts the qualitative content analyze approach. So the sampling was used to select the 12 to 15 online news articles related to the recent living costs and job insecurity among young people. So the unit of analysis was the individual news article, focusing on the headlines, the lead paragraphs, and the key theme sections. So the articles were coded manually based on the themes, explanatory framework, and overall tone. So after the methodology that we use, next moving to the data analyze. Data analyze focus on the identifying the dominant themes related to the economic challenges faced by young people today. So the media frames were analyzed to examine whether the issues were explained through the individual responsibilities, structural factors, or the what do we call the policy-related perspectives. Additionally, the overall tone of the media coverage was examined to identify whether the young people were portraying the positive, the negative, or the neutral manner. So this analysis allowed the study to identify the pattern in the media representation. So after the data analyze, I think I should explain to you about the strength and the limitations of my study. So the one of strength of this study is the systematic analysis of the media text. So because I was used to the 12 to 15 the articles about the news representation, so which is suitable for the examining the representation and framing. So the study was also a certain theoretical foundation, which is I used the representation theory and framing theory. However, there are limitations. So the analyze focusing on the only on the media text and does not include the audience perspectives. So the sample size was relatively small and the findings are exploratory in nature. So, in conclusion, so this study shows that the media coverage plays an active role in constructing the meanings uh, around the recent living costs and job insecurity among young people. So the media frames and the tone influence how the young people are perceived in the public discourse. Although limited in the scope, the study highlights the importance of analyzing the media representation and provides a foundation for the future research on youth and economic issues. Okay, and that's all for today, and thank you for listening. So if you have any research, you can message me in the YouTube. So thank you for listening and thank you for today. So have a great day.